いやいや、遠藤神にはお世話になってるし、次に向けてということで。
次があるのか。
そうと決まったら早くご飯食べに行こう。予約の時間になっちゃうし。
I know I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but I love that in this anime, Endo and Kobayashi, I love the duality of the two stories that it's talking about, right? 𝐒𝐻 and Lotte, and then Endo and Kobayashi. And before this episode, one of the things that I loved about the duality of it was telling two separate, unique, but kind of like conjuncturing stories. But now we're finding out that they're intertwined with this new information that was gleaned with the fact, and there's always something more, right? There's always, it's the DLC, it's disc 2, it's the sequel. But now you find out that in this game, Magikoi, that they're playing, there was a route called the God Route. And the God Route was that Fine, I guess, gets the favor of a god, and this god whisks her away and takes her into what's considered a modern-day Japan setting. And in that setting, they fall in love, and they go to school, and she becomes an actor, blah, 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 blah. Regardless, that is what happens in the story. And this new character that was introduced to us, 𝐒𝐻𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐭, or Kwan, or however you say it, exists in their world as we know it today. And they're theorizing that this character was kind of like represented or built off of this real guy. But what we're coming to find, based on what 𝐒𝐻𝐚 has told us, I didn't know they had this world, blah, 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 is that he actually is the guy from this story. So at some point, when the ability to modify or play this game, when this game came to life, this dude probably came to life as well and just kind of followed his path that was already set out by him, which was being an actor, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It must have happened quite some time ago. There's also somebody else, right? And I don't think it's this 𝐒𝐻𝐚 guy. There's also someone else that exists that can also manipulate and mess with the story, just like Endo and Kobayashi are as well. So that's more to come there. So, again, if I harp on it for a second, I just love that these two parallel stories that previously intersected on more of a high view sense are now truly intersecting. And this 𝐒𝐻𝐚 guy might actually be at least a descendant of or come from the world that they're manipulating now. So again, this just solidifies the fact that this is not just a world in a video game. This is a universe or a world that is real, like a parallel, this is world 652 and they're in world 651, and this just happens to be the way that it's done here. So I find that incredibly, incredibly interesting. And again, the main reason behind my interest really stems from the fact that this is just unique in comparison to a lot of other anime. And I've never, I think there's anime that have kind of like come close to something like this, but I've never seen a story told like, the storytelling. I've never seen a story told like it's being told here. And I just find it incredibly endearing and interesting and captivating, and a lot of other words that I could put here. But I just really, really enjoy that. All right, now the rest of the episode, the other thing I really enjoyed too is Endo kind of getting some balls, man. Like I really like that quite a bit. Like in this episode, him and Kobayashi go out on a date. She calls it a date, right? So already he's winning. Our boy's winning. Our boy Endo's winning the game. And she ends up dressing really, really cute for him and stuff, right? Like that, some could say like, okay, maybe she didn't do it for him, but the reality is it didn't show it to us. But anytime that, a girl is going to spend that much time getting dolled up, if it was just anything to her, she would just look like anything. Wearing some jeans and a shirt, wearing some pants and a shirt, something simple. But she did her hair, she looked nice, probably smelled great, everything. She went the 9 yards for him. So that's already a huge win for him. Then he acknowledges it, right? He doesn't keep it, he doesn't internalize it. I was like, yes, our boy, he doesn't internalize it. He goes like, yo, you're looking cute. You're a goddess. You're an angel. Fell upon the sky. I'm about to pass out from your beauty. I was like, my boy getting it. So all of those things, that are typically internalized within normal anime, he externalized them and told her. And I was like, yes, those he got those brownie points in with our girl Kobayashi. So I really enjoyed that as well too. Then he got some additional brownie points because when they had their run-in with Kitase, he grabbed her. This is like possessive, I'm like, yes, that's how you do it. Like, yo. And that gives her comfort and feeling like, this dude just came and touched her. He's like, yo, excuse me, like, back away from a girl. So like it's all good for both of them, I think. But I really enjoyed that quite a bit. On the actual opposite side, we called it last week. We said, hey, that's 𝐼's mom. It was, in fact, 𝐼's mom. We got a really cool backstory for her. Apparently, Lotte's dad's brother, so her uncle, was essentially the next in line for the head of their family. He ended up passing because of, he was probably hereditarily sick, and he ended up passing, not before falling in love with 𝐼's mom, impregnating her, and, obviously she dipped out to avoid familial disputes and to avoid her daughter being taken from her in any capacity at all, because she was being used as a familial pawn by the family that she represented at that time. So I thought that was a pretty deep and really cool story for her as well, too. Now she's back into the mix. She's going to get taken care of by Papa Lotte, and 𝐼 is going to get adopted, so she's going to be good, going forward.